Insider told me that refunds are skyrocketing for Dragon Age Veilguard, and the whole Trump thing has caused BioWare devs to lose their collective minds. Legacy Gaming Media, who assured us all Dragon Age Veilguard was a total success, the game didn't just underperform, it cratered. Hardly 75,000 in pre-orders, less than 500,000 copies sold, and 30,000 refunds. Man, it's not looking good, huh? That's pretty bad? Yeah, it is. I can't believe Anthem sold better. There are tons of games that sold way better than that.
At its peak, Dragon Age the Veilguard had a Steam rating of around 80%. And for days now, it's been steadily declining, back down to around 70. And it looks like the public opinion over on the Dragon Age subreddit is also
You know what's really funny? Is that this was 1 day ago, and it's already gone down by another 20,000.
To shift. You may have seen previously how Asmongold posted that he was
Did I do that?
Excited to play Dragon Age Veilguard over on that subreddit, to which he was extremely swiftly banned from the entire thing. Apparently, moderators even went on to set some auto-mod function up that instantly banned...
was banned, LOL.
Anyone subscribed to Asmon's subreddit too.
That's right.
Then I saw some reports from a few other subreddits that this was also occurring.
That's also known as racism. So yeah, it's a racist subreddit, and Reddit is racist against me and other gamers. Other based gamers, they're racist against us.
There, where similarly anyone subscribed to those subreddits were also automatically banned from our Dragon Age.
Yeah, there it is. The moderators probably checked my account and saw that I was following Asmongold. So this is what happened. Any person who has ever made a post or done any level of interaction with my subreddit will be categorically banned from other subreddits. We're basically getting quarantined by all the soft boys on Reddit. That's right. That's the Bad Boys Club, bro. It's Roach Ranch, which, by the way, I think we have 15,000 members in it now. Yeah, you're right. I said that on Twitter. I said that they banned my subreddits because they thought my subreddit had an inferior culture. Oh God, people were mad about that one. Oh jeez. Oh boy. Oh boy. We like to have a little bit of fun. What can I say?
It looks like people over on our Dragon Age really didn't want any negative opinions about the game being posted there. There were a few critique posts I saw getting through, but they were only like the most mild of critiques, and they were few and far between, especially when compared to the overwhelming amount of posts there that were just shilling for the game. As mentioned a moment ago, however, it looks like things are starting to change. Either they've given up trying to keep it just an echo chamber, or the game's biggest offenders are finally admitting that the game's not as good as they were trying to say it is. It's like the facade.
It's crazy that Jason Schreier deleted his post talking about the game doing well. That is unbelievable. And do you want to know why I bet he deleted his post? I bet he deleted his post because he got information, like inside information from BioWare or from somebody who he trusts that knows. And he's like, oh, geez. Oh, all right, get rid of this. Get out of here.
Is being dropped. Perhaps what's going on is a combination of both things. Regardless, let's take a look. From 21 hours ago, a top post reads, soft reboot, devoid of life.
Soft reboot.
So obviously avoided spoilers in the intro to this post, but I'll delve into some in-game spoilers later. This game doesn't feel like a Dragon Age game. It feels like a spin-off made by writers who didn't read the material beforehand or who hate this game. Let it be known.
That's true.
The entire game's not bad. Solus has some good moments, but overall, the writing and story are a dumpster fire. A good example is Morgan.
Anytime that I see a character that was previously sexualized in a story that is made less sexualized, or the character is less, less attractive, I automatically assume that the entire game is bad. And I know this might sound like, wow, you insane idiot. Why would you do that? But if you think about it the way that I think about it, ask yourself the question, why would you do that? Why would you take a character that is very attractive and that players clearly like, and then make it worse? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because, number one, you don't respect the source material, and number two, you want to use the source material as a vehicle for your worldview. And I think that people that do those two things oftentimes aren't going to tell good stories because their focus isn't about telling a good story. It's about telling their story. That's the reason. And I think that any time that you ever see a video game and they have uglified characters, you should immediately assume that the game is garbage. Because it's been infected with a sense of, with a sort of rot that will permeate the entire game. For me, I actually think it is a canary in the coal mine.
In Origins was a distant, cold, but somewhat caring individual once she got to know you. The crew slowly turns her to be kinder as time goes on. And if she had Kieran, a popular choice with the Warden usually, she ends up being a far more caring figure. In Inquisition, where we see her next, even without Kieran, she's grown slightly warmer, if only because of her affection for the hero Faldrin, and her friends like Leliana. And yet Veilguard feels like it's butchered that in a way. You see her in-game as a deus ex machina. She appears when the plot demands it, drops off lore and tidbits, and leaves. You can have no interactions with her outside of cutscenes, and can't prod her or get to know her as the Inquisitor did. Did she have Kieran and marry the Warden? It's implied that she at least had Kieran because Solus takes a massive portion of power from Mythil, and she's at her strongest with that plot point, but the game makes no effort to actually speak about this. And the Warden, who is teased to be hunting a Kieran Inquisition, is not mentioned. Did he live, die, cured?
This is what I was saying before, is that people that have no respect for the source material have no respect for the source material. And that doesn't just end with making a character more woke or less attractive. It will permeate the entire story. And this is the exact example.
We'll never know. Not that it matters by the halfway point of the game.
See?
So much of this game feels empty and devoid of life because the NPCs sit around doing nothing.
That's the thing. Is like everybody always gets mad at me. They say, oh, he's just saying what's obvious. I know. I fucking know. I'm not a wizard. How the fuck are people like, oh, wow. Why do I need to say this? It should be fucking obvious. But it's not. Nobody sees it. I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills. I go on the internet, I read these comments. These people aren't even living in reality. What the fuck is going on? I don't know.
And the NPCs we know from previous games either don't act the way we expect them to, or are so distant from who they used to be, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Even Morgan, who was in character, wasn't given a chance to finish her plot thread. Kieran basically doesn't exist. And the game treats all of the prequels to this as if they're taboo topics. I feel like even if this game's writing and story were better, which I don't think it does, it wouldn't get close to what the previous games had because the world feels devoid of all life and care once put into it. And the ending really helped cement the idea that they did this to distance themselves as much as they could from the Dragon Age keep, and the Sea of Choice is transferred over. From just 9 hours ago,
man.
another top post reads, "Am I the only one who can't stand Tosh? I need a..."
Uh-oh. It looks like we've got a bigot. Yeah. We've got a fucking bigot in here. Oh, wow. That's real bad. Do you think BioWare will be closed before the next Mass Effect? No. I think usually you need 2 points on a graph in order for a studio like this to fail, especially if it's a big studio like this, like BioWare. So they'll probably need Mass Effect 5 to fail too. And then they'll be done. Anthem? Well, who made Anthem? Oh, Bio. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, geez. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Man. Wow. That was back when I was only playing WoW. I didn't know that.
A place to vent. Just got done with the scene where I had to play Peacemaker between them and Emmerich, and the nerve on this Canary. They're constantly portrayed as this moody, angsty teenager and trash on everyone else, but especially Emmerich. I get being wary of necromancy, but the guy hasn't earned the bullying Tosh was giving him. In fact, Tosh comes across as the bully to everyone. How old are they supposed to be anyway? 18? I'm trying to be patient with them and see through the end of their storyline, but it doesn't help that...
Well, the reason why that character is written that way is because the way that you have to write characters that are of, like, a unique gender identity is you have to treat them like they're children that are never wrong about anything. Because you can't have a non-binary person with flaws, because if you have that, that means that you're saying that non-binary people are flawed. This is Twitter logic. That's the way it works.
Brooke can't call them out on their behavior at all. It can only be nice to them. It's like the writers were playing favorites and made sure Tosh was protected. Yeah, Tosh overall has to be one of the weirdest things about Veilguard. It's hilarious.
No, this is a very common pattern, and you'll see this in a lot of games, is that characters that are put into games for what would be considered to be a diversity reason are oftentimes the most, like, morally good, intelligent, and always come out of every interaction being the one that's on top. This is extremely common.
It's that the devs have tried to push Tosh as this, like, flagship character of the game, but the character just sucks. And I'll never get over how creepy this thumbnail is. Like, what were they thinking? Heck, even their storyline is so far the most boring. Like, we went to explore Dragoness, where I thought we would finally get to see their dragon hunting skills in action, and nothing. It was another therapy session. I'm sorry, I know some people might enjoy those scenes or relate to them, but I can't bring myself to care about their storyline at all. At this point, I don't even care that they're hunting a dragon or whatever. Darvin and I already took down an Arc Demon anyway, and if I need dragon hunting tips, I can always ask the Inquisitor. Sucks that all companions are essential. I would have sent Tosh packing ages ago. Wonder if that's why the writers made them essential. Dang, so yeah, that post absolutely destroyed Tosh. Get wrecked.
That's why we recruited her.
Actually, Tosh uses them for themselves now.
They asked us to let folks know. So, now you do.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
How is it that...
Thank you for telling me. That's why we recruited them.
So yeah, I think we've all seen...
How is it that I just keep seeing more clips of this game that are like this? I feel like, because I'm the kind of person, like, if I see one clip getting passed around, I'm like, okay, everybody's just talking shit about this one thing that happened, because it's like, what else are we going to do? But, like, man, I just keep seeing more and more of these. There's more? Yes. It's like, how deep does this go? It's the whole game. That's amazing. I don't even know what to say. Time to do a Brave? Yeah, I can't believe this.
The barf misgendering scene, but there was another one. They're like shoving in as many of these things as they possibly can. The comments are hilarious. This game is so cringe, it's ridiculous. Is this real? This gotta be a joke. DEI simulator. That's why I play Space Marine. That's why. Hopping back over to the Dragon Age subreddit and the post about Tosh that we just read. One of the top responses says... Yeah, kind of ironic how a non-binary character that has a whole arc about her pronouns is forcing a label on Emmerich and refusing to call him what he identifies as, even after telling Tosh it upsets him.
What an insanely fucking good point. Oh my god. Wow. Holy shit. She does what? So this guy, like, is referring to, like, himself as, like, a necromancer or whatever, what you are, and she's, like, insisting that, like, she's going to call him another word or another phrase that sounds bad. Play the clip? I don't know. I'd have to find it. That's the irony. Yeah, exactly. Like calling normal people cis? Was that the point? Yeah, it's completely hypocritical.